SHADUWLP 1297 thought they could fly, but couldn't. Corpse 666-2099 has been killed by Woodsuck 5344. Snacky Crab 4293-21 thought they could fly, but couldn't. Use transfer SG13 to transfer to SG13. Mox Pace 93 for D800 has been killed by Communal Gecko 95. Corp. Communal Gecko 95 has been killed by Zertix 0N. Zertix 0N has been killed by Thecking 1990-5375. RT Salty 692 has been killed by Mox Pace 93 3800. Plus 5 ranking points. SA Gamma 89 thought they could fly, but couldn't. Mox Pace 93 3800 has been killed by Chester. Snacky Crab 4293-21 thought they could fly, but couldn't. Formula. Corpse 666-2099 has been killed by Communal Gecko 95. SHADUWLP 1297 has been killed by Communal Gecko 95. Woodsuck 5344 thought they could fly, but couldn't. Chestherm has been killed by Zertix 0N. You cannot break this block. Snacky Crab 4293-21 thought they could fly, but couldn't. Destroy your opponent's bed so they cannot respawn. Max pace 93 3800 thought they could fly, but couldn't. Game thinking 1990 53 75 left the game. You cannot break this block. 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 Zertix0N has been killed by Communal Gecko 95. RT Sol T6. What's Cap 5344 has been killed by Communal Gecko 95. Communal Gecko 95 has been killed by Formula Drop 4612. Ferris Mass 4662 has been killed by Chester. Game Communal Gecko 95 left the game. Max pace 93 3800 has been killed by RT Sol T692. RT Sol T692 has been killed by Snacky Crab 429321. Ava 16. Find an error in our server translations. Report it at lbsgnet translate /. You cannot break this block. You cannot break this block. Max pace 93 3800 has been killed by Ferris Mass 4662. Temperate Wall 336 has been killed by Woodstock Cap 5344. RT Sol T692 has been killed by Chester. Ferris Mass 4662 thought they could fly, but couldn't. Formula Drop 4612 has been killed by Corp 66T6 2099. Temperate Wall 336 thought they could fly, but couldn't. You cannot break this block. You cannot break this block. Woodstock Cap 5344 has been killed by Zertix0 and RT Sol T692 has been killed by Moxpace 93 3800. Game Woodstock Cap 5344 left the game. You cannot break this block. You cannot break this block. Moxpace 93 3800 has been killed by RT Sol T692. Why isn't Chalk? You cannot break this block. SA Gamma 89 has been killed by Moxpace 93 3800. Plus 5 ranking points. You cannot break this block. Tempered Wall 336 thought they could fly, but couldn't. SA Gamma 89 has been killed by Moxpace 93 3800. Tempered Wall 336 has been killed by Moxpace 93 3800. Plus 5 ranking points. RT Sol T692 thought they could fly, but couldn't. You cannot break this block. Tempered Wall 336 has been killed by Moxpace 93 3800. You cannot break this block. You cannot break this block. You cannot break this block. SA Gamma 89 has been killed by Snacky 429321. SA Gamma 89 has been killed by Moxpace 93 3800. Moxpace 93 3800 has been killed by Ava 16XXXXXX. Game Snacky Crab 429321 left the game. Moxpace 93 3800 thought they could fly, but couldn't. RT Sol T692 has been killed by SA Gamma 89. You can want to help translate lifeboat into Chesterm has been killed. RT Sol T692 has been killed by Moxpace 93 3800. SA Gamma 89 has been killed by Ferris Mass 4662. The bed of green has been destroyed by Zertix0 and Temperate Wall 336 has been killed by Ferris Mass 4662. You cannot break this block. 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 Game Chestherm left the game. Chestherm has been killed by Zertix0N. You cannot break this block. Mox Pace 933800 has been killed by Formula Drop 4612. PSA Gamma 89 foot. Temperate Wall 336 has been killed by Ferris Mass 4662. RT Salty 692 has been killed by Zertix0N. You cannot break this block. Ava 16XXXXXX has been killed by Mox Pace 933800. Plus 5 ranking points. Game Ava 16XXXXXX left the game. PSA Gamma 89 has been killed by Zertix0N. All beds are getting destroyed in 30 seconds. All beds are getting destroyed in 15 seconds. All beds are getting destroyed in 10 seconds. Max Pace 933800 foot they could fly, but couldn't. All beds are getting destroyed in 5 seconds. All beds are getting destroyed. Use /transfer to transfer to a different server. Game Ferrismas 4662 left the game. Ferrismas 4662 has been killed by Zertix 0. Game Zertix 0 and left the game. Game Max Pace 933800 joined the game. 6/16. Game you are playing quads for teams of 4. Welcome to Lifeboat. Game YouTuber X joined the game. 7/16. Game of Brotherheim 300 joined the game. 8/16. Game Tinny Pastel Bunny joined the game. 9/16. Game Garafa Pet 5664 joined the game. 10/16. Game Vaxafion Coke joined the game. 11/16. Game Maniac Mouse joined the game. 12/16. You have 0 friends online. You have 0 new friend requests. Chat with your team. Form a plan. Game Rogue Emperor 417 joined the game. 13/16. Game Held Elgency joined the game. 14/16. Game Wolleson 50 joined the game. 15/16. Game Held Elgency left the game. Game SKPPYALR joined the game. 15/16. Game Drifting Pick 12 joined the game. 16/16. Voting has ended. Twilight Map 1 with 2 votes. Game Garafa Pet 5664 left the game. Game Drifting Pick 12 left the game. VIP could be yours. Go and unlock it. Game Your Team, green. Villager Shopkeeper has been selected. Bed item has been selected. The match started. Good luck. You are chatting with all teams normally. Type add team to chat with your team. Game YouTuber X left the game. Was where I thought they could fly, but couldn't. Wolleson 50 thought they could fly, but couldn't. /lang changes language, and English, S equals Spanish, Delaware equals German, and many more. Enter 2 symbol language code to try it out. Coleman Gray 87 thought they could fly, but couldn't. SKEPPYALR thought they could fly, but couldn't. Game dev cracked up left the game. Coleman Gray 87 thought they could fly, but couldn't. Shadows Glitch 79 has been killed by Brotherheim 300. Elizware has been killed by Brotherheim 300. SKEPPYALR thought they could fly, but couldn't. The Brotherheim 300 has been killed by Vaxafianco. Destroy your opponent's bed so they cannot respawn. Shadows Glitch 79 has been killed by Brotherheim 300. Rogue Emperor 417 has been killed by Vaxafianco. Main. The beta red has been destroyed by Brotherheim 300. Maniac Mouse has been killed by Shadows Glitch 79. Wallison 50 has been killed by Shadows Glitch 79. The Brotherheim 300 has been killed by SKPPYALR. Want to help translate Lifeboat into your language? Head to lvsgnet/translate. Rogue Emperor 417 has been killed by Vaxafianco. You cannot break this block. 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 Maniac Mouse has been killed by Rogue Emperor 417. Rogue Emperor 417 has been killed by Lazware. MuxPace 933800 has been killed by SKPPYALR. Rogue Emperor 417 has been killed by Vaxafianco. Lazware thought they could fly, but couldn't. Game Vaxafianco left the game. Vaxafianco has been killed by Brotherheim 300. Game Shadows Glitch 79 left the game. Coleman Gray 87 has been killed by Tinny Pastelbani. Rogue Emperor 417 thought they could fly, but couldn't. You cannot break this block. Game Rogue Emperor 417 left the game. Coleman Gray 87 thought they could fly, but couldn't. You cannot break this block. You cannot break this block. The Brotherheim 300 has been killed by Tinny Pastelbani. Use transfer SG13 to transfer to SG13. Lazware thought they could fly, but couldn't. Game SKPPYALR left the game. SKPPYALR thought they could fly, but couldn't. Maniac Mouse has been killed by Tinny Pastelbani. The bed of orange has been destroyed by Brotherheim 300. Game Lazware left the game. Lazware has been killed by Coleman Gray 87. The Brotherheim 300 has been killed by Tinny Pastelbani. Game Maniac Mouse left the game. Maniac Mouse has been killed by Coleman Gray 87. Use /transfer to transfer to a different server. Groover 31 thought they could fly, but couldn't. Game Groover 31 left the game. Your bed has been destroyed. Game Upgrader 300 left the game. Game Wallison 50 left the game. It's impossible to make anything foolproof because fools are so ingenious. Game Tinny Pay still Bonnie left the game. Tinny Pay. All beds are getting destroyed in 30 seconds. You cannot break this block. You cannot break this block. All beds are getting destroyed in 15 seconds. All beds are getting destroyed in 10 seconds. All beds are getting destroyed in 5 seconds. All beds are getting destroyed in 4 seconds. All beds are getting destroyed in 3 seconds. All beds are getting destroyed in 2 seconds. All beds are getting destroyed in 1 sec.